So has India cut funds given to the UN? Yes, you are hearing right. India has drastically cut the funds given to the UN. In this video, we will see why India has cut the funds given to the UN. What is the reason behind it? What can be done in the future? If we discuss this in detail, then let's start the discussion. First of all, what is the concept? The context is that India adds billions of dollars to its budget every year. Body such as BIMSTEC, UN and others, which is the body as well as other countries like Sri Lanka, Bhutan, Nepal, and also allocates African countries to help. Talking about the last year India spent R666 in the 2023 budget. Crores were allocated to help other countries, but if we talk budget 2024 to 25 has been budgeted by this year's interim budget for India. A budget of Rs 558 crore has been allocated to the government. This budget is about 35% less than last year. By looking at this, you must have understood that India has increased its budget. Now, if you examine it closely, you'll understand that the largest cut has been in the fund given to the UN, which was also our discussion regarding the decrease in budget for the fund given to the UN. As it was last year, when India gave 382 crore rupees to the UN, but if we consider this year, India has allocated 175 crore rupees for funding the UN, which is 54% less compared to last year. What could be the reasons for this? There are several reasons. Firstly, India has been discussing about reforming the UN for a long time, but no one is paying heed to this. In fact, what India wants is to reform the United Nations Security Council, where there are currently 5 permanent seats. These 5 permanent seats are occupied by China, Russia, the USA, Britain, France. These 5 countries possess these permanent seats, but these permanent seats were given before 1950. The scenario was quite different then. Today's scenario is completely different. Today, most countries around the world believe that the UN, yes, the Security Council needs reform. India wants to be a part of it too. Is this a demand from India? It's justified. Let's look at the rationale behind India's request. The logic here is that India has become the world's 5th largest economy today. When it comes to military power, India is the 4th strongest country. If we talk population-wise, then India is the world's 2nd most populous country and is the largest democratic country. Considering all this, it feels like India should be the primary contender for a permanent seat in the UN. Besides this, India plays an important role in the UN and international matters. Take, for instance, the peacekeeping forces where India has sent more than 2 lakh troops over the last 7 decades. More than 70 missions of the peacekeeping force have been dispatched till now. India played a significant role in 49 of these. Apart from this, India has also made a significant contribution to the UN's donations. Today, 3,000 to 4,000 troops from India are part of the peacekeeping force. Hey, India is the 3rd largest country sending troops to peacekeeping forces. Speaking of the P5 countries, their contribution is much less than India's. Furthermore, when India became a non-permanent member in 2020, 133 countries out of 185 supported India, implying that majority of the countries wish to see India as the main contender for a permanent seat. There's also a group known as the G4 group, consisting of Japan, Brazil, Germany, and India. This unofficial group purports that besides the P5, these 4 countries should also receive permanent seats. This group's assertion is based on the fact that these 4 countries are emerging as significant economies today, and when it comes to military forces and power, they have also advanced significantly. Evaluating all these aspects, it appears that India is the primary contender today. Let's now discuss about the United Nations Security Council, which is the UN's most influential and powerful body responsible for global peace and security. Talking about its major role, it is dispatching peacekeeping forces, installing different types of sensors. The UN Security Council holds significant authority over these tasks. If voting needs to be done in the UN General Assembly, then the UNSC holds significant power. Presently, there are 5 permanent members, in addition to 10 non-permanent members. Non-permanent members are elected for a 2-year term. They are chosen by the UN General Assembly. The non-permanent members do not have veto rights, whereas the permanent members do have veto power, which means if a permanent member wishes, no decision can advance without their consent. This decision lies in the hands of the majority of the 5. If even one withdraws, then the decision or matter cannot advance. Now let's see why there's a need for reform. Actually, this body was established and members were included in it at a time when the state of the world was different. The entire world has changed in the last 70 years. Today, new powers have emerged, the issues of the world today have changed, and now new challenges are coming before the world. The entire country has changed in the last 70 years. Today, new powers have emerged, the issues of the world have changed today. Now new challenges are coming in front of the world. Now artificial intelligence, new diseases, challenges like COVID are emerging. Besides the Ukraine war, Israel war, these 5 countries have failed in these kinds of issues. Whatever challenges are coming, to stop them, to tackle them. For the UNSC has proved to be a failure today. The peacekeeping force also does its job properly. Seeing that she is not able to do so, many people say that it's become like an old club, it's of no use. Apart from this, there are also arguments that in the UNSC, which has 5 members, it has veto power. It should be decided on the basis of majority, if even one. If it is against the decision, it should not happen. It should be on the basis of majority. There are many arguments on the basis of which it is said that the UNSC, there should be reforms. Why does India want to go to the UNSC now? In fact, India today, a very powerful country is India's economy, India's mill and India. In view of the advancement of the agenda of the subject, if India does not contribute to the issues of the subject, India is lagging far behind. For this, India is included in the UNSC. It is very important. That is why the External Affairs Minister of India gave a statement when he, on a tour of Australia, he had said that India will one day join the UNSC. There is some obstacle now. There are some obstacles due to which India will definitely become a member of the party. Not becoming a member, but one day he will definitely become a member. Further, he will forward. It can only be said that India should asset itself. This issue should be taken further by joining hands with other countries. The decision that India has taken, many people have also praised it. That India was being given this kind of money. This is how funds are being given. India was not benefiting from it. India was using infra to other countries. In helping you, you should do your bit in making assets in the future of India. Looking at the way India is progressing, it seems that one day India will definitely become a member of the UNSC and will definitely become a superpower.